What's up, everybody? So I just wanted to talk quick about this article I was just reading on Truth Revolt. It's called White College President Tells Black Lives Matters I Don't Deal in Demands. And it goes on to say, yes, they finally heard what they needed to hear. So I'm going to read this article and go ahead and comment or critique where I see necessary. The white president of a college in Virginia just gave Black Lives Matter group a real hard pill to swallow when they showed up in his office with a list of demands. I don't deal in demands, said College of William and Mary President W. Taylor Reveille III. I don't make demands of other people. I don't expect to receive demands from people. I love to get suggestions, recommendations, strong arguments. When you approach other people with a demand, instead of their ears open and their spirit being unusually receptive, you get defensive walls erected, he continued in the live stream video on Facebook. So, I think you all need to think about this. And he's right, of course. If you go to someone with a demand, already they're going to feel like, wait, why are you coming at me like this, bro? A student spoke up after this and said Reveille made an interesting point about some of his suggestions, but added he was going to disagree. Oh, poor snowflake. Reveille wasn't fazed and reminded them that is the beauty of the First Amendment. Yes, finally, someone in the university talking to these little punk kids, telling them what they need to hear. Yes, the First Amendment, freedom of speech. You can disagree all you want, but that's it. You don't have the right to smash windows and attack people. Crying ain't going to change the way things go. You shouldn't be getting safe spaces with little teddy bears to go cuddle up and cry to. It's the First Amendment. You got the right to say stuff. You may not agree with it. Oh well. In typical Black Lives Matter fashion, the students saw their president as clueless and tried to tell him that making suggestions is too nice and makes them not necessary. Oh. No, that's not the way the world works, Reveille retorted. It is not effective, in my opinion, he says, to approach other people and say, we demand, unless you have the capacity to demand, which these BLM students do not. They're just a bunch of little whiny snowflakes that want everything their way, just like the entire left, the Democratic Party, everybody on that side. Another student said, so you have an issue with the way that we are phrasing this? I think you're missing the point. We've tried to be nice, but it's not working. They demanded he listen to students of color. By the way, if you ask smart black people, they will tell you the term people of color, it's the same as colored people. It's still a racist, derogatory way. You're still saying people of color. Anyway. They demanded he listen to students of color when they tell you this is what needs to happen. These little pricks think that they have like some sort of right to demand something from from anyone. These little pricks. Unlike those in the room, you will love Reveille's response. So remember, I said they have to listen to the demands of people of color. Well, his response was, I got color too. It's called white. Bitch! Let that one sink in for a minute. The disgusted group left the meeting disheartened, with one of them posting the video to Facebook and complaining, "This is what being censored looks like. This is what white supremacy looks like, says probably the white Black Lives Matter member. This is what patriarchy looks like. This is what condensation looks like. This is what being told you, your issues, and your life don't matter looks like. This is why Black Lives Matter. He is not a benevolent grandpa. He is a man with an agenda that excludes students of color. Call it what it is. And I like going back to that guy's answer. I got color too. Just because it ain't the color you like. Tough nuggums. We will call it what it is, the article goes on to say. A college president with the balls big enough to confront a group of anti-American bullies. Let's hope more follow his lead. That's the conclusion of the article, and I absolutely agree with that conclusion. Seriously, more people, I mean, obviously the Marxists aren't going to do it, but the non-Marxists, see, this is the problem. People on the right, and I can understand why, but now we have to get over this. People on the right, a lot of people, or anybody in general, don't want to be labeled a racist or a homophobe or a xenophobe, and I understand that because they're negatively using these words, which they are negative words to be hurled at, but they have no backing for what they're saying. They're just throwing out these words, right? They don't really mean anything. So if you know in your heart you're not a racist or a homophobe or a hateful person, who cares what they call you? Their words are meaningless, especially when you just let it bounce off of you. Who cares what they call you? You just got to stop it, or else we'll never be able to win. And we need guys like this. We need gals and guys and people to stand up and say, enough of your whiny little attitudes. You don't get the right to make demands. You don't get to put a name on your shirt and act like you have power over everyone else. And you don't get to hurl racial epitaphs at people while saying that other people, like, you can't be racist, while saying you can't be racist while being racist to people, calling them racist. This has got to stop, people. It's enough. Anyway, I just saw this article and I thought it was kind of fun and I wanted to share it. That's it. I'm out of here.